I'm Matias, the Get It Done coach, and I'm here with some video tips for you today on how to not give up on your dreams and desires or settle for less. And so very often what happens, especially as women entrepreneurs, is a multitude of things can occur. You know, you're feeling pulled in a million different directions. Perhaps you're a mother like I am, and perhaps you want to take time for exercising and have a great social life and still put the time into your business that is required for you to get the results that you're looking to achieve. Be that continuing to grow your business, make more money, get more clients, those sorts of things. And a lot of times what can happen for entrepreneurs is some event might occur in your life, a life-altering event, or perhaps you feel ostracized and isolated because as entrepreneurs, it can be sometimes hard to relate to other women who are perhaps in corporate jobs or stay-at-home moms and that sort of thing. And it's not that one is right and one is wrong by any means, but it is a challenge sometimes to feel like you're being related to. So I'm here today to tell you that regardless of what has happened along your journey, I myself have had many life-altering events occur. Even just a year and a half or 2 years ago, I was burglarized in my home while I was working from home, and that was very traumatic, and certainly there were after effects emotionally with all of that. That's one of the major life-altering events that has occurred for me. But there are many others, you know, perhaps you've had a baby, or perhaps, you know, it doesn't have to be all bad. We can have other life-altering moments. Perhaps you've moved into a new home, or perhaps you got married, or even maybe you had the dissolving of a relationship or even a divorce. And what happens along the way when we go through these traumatic events is we can tend to get into survival mode. And what happens when we get into survival mode as women is we start saying, well, I can't do this and I can't do that. And we start giving up on certain things that we were meant to have. And so one of the things that I'm known for is getting it done and still having time at the end of the day to really enjoy life. So I make time for exercise and health. I eat healthfully. I have time in my business. I'm also program director of an international coaching academy. I make time to be present with my children, and I also have a really awesome, robust social life. And a lot of people continue to ask me, Rebecca, how do you do all of that? There are certain steps that you need to take in order to do all of these things. Number one is the first thing that I see most women do is they get out of the present moment and they get stuck in the story. So a lot of times when we have these events occur, we create a story around we can't do this and we can't do that. And so number one is to get out of the story. And number two is to get into present day reality. So really being honest with yourself about, you know, for example, with the burglary, I had to remind myself, you know, today is not that day. And I sort of joke around at this point saying, you know, I think my statistics are pretty good at this point. I'm probably never going to have a situation like that occur. And so you need to remind yourself that today is not that day and you are not that woman that you used to be that got whatever the negative result or the life-altering event was that occurred. So remember that in each present moment you get to start new and start fresh. The second tip that I have for you today is to get into reality about what it is that you want to get done. Really be in touch with what is it that you desire to achieve and accomplish. What do you want to have productivity on? Make a list of those things and get them into your calendar. Sometimes just in making a list and getting it out of your head will alleviate a lot of stress all by itself. So once you get it down onto a list, you can then decide, hey, I don't want to do this anymore, or this isn't important to me, and that sort of thing. And the last tip that I have for you today is to delegate as much as you can, as fast as you can. When my business first started taking off a couple of years ago, I hired a college student to come just one time per week even and do some laundry and help out. And now I'm at the point where I have a personal assistant coming 4 days per week. So you continue to do that and you get the results that you desire.